Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's Rewind Gaming 2v2 Showdown number 1. That's right, number 1. It's the first of its kind, the only 2v2 money worth tournament in the whole of the EU. My name is Digital Bacon, and tonight I am joined by Scott G. How are you doing, Scott?
Oh, well, I'm excited because it's 2v2s, isn't it? It's just different. It's new. It's fresh. It's experimental. And we've got some good teams to start us off with. We all know Sharo and Godly, don't we?
Yeah, we've got Sharo, Godly playing on We Want 1v1s, going up against Buy More Potatoes. That's Buy Matos and Zedo. These two, well, all of the lads here tonight in this very first game are seasoned veterans on the Rewind Gaming sort of board. They are absolute. I've just seen the two players join in.
No.
My Betos and Sharo.
It's a nightmare.
Sorry, not Sharo. That's blooming Zedo. The lads are trying to play with us. They're not giving us an easy start here, Scott, are they? I mean, they're going to be joining in any second just to prove off. And the first match of the TV2 sort of series of tournaments here. And they're giving us hassle already. I love it.
Yeah, I know. They're already giving us trouble as casters. And I like the friendly banter, but that is going to be tough. I'm going to spill over those names a lot.
So yes, just for everyone there at home, my Betos is Zedo. He's just having a little bit of banter with us. We'll see as we're getting on with the countdown. We're going to have Godly going up against Buy Matos. Kickoff going right into the middle. Not really anyone winning it. Good maneuver there from Godly, putting up to the wall. Buy Matos following on. Good back pass over to Zedo. Sharo just going for the 50-50, trying to get the blocks going. Look at this, we've got a bit of a pass and play going, but unfortunately no one there. Godly just stealing that boost, making sure that the Buy More Potato side have nothing really to come out of.
Interesting first 30 seconds. Both teams look very eager to do something, but neither actually got anything. We're close with Sharo's attempt at passive play, but Godly decided to go for the boost instead. Commendable, kind of, but he could have gone for something. It's the first 30 seconds. We want to see something spectacular happen in this game.
Oh yeah, and definitely here we're seeing quite a difference to the Rewind Gaming sort of style. We've had 1v1s, we've had 3v3s, but 2v2s, they're a completely different game mode altogether. You're going to see it now where these players are going to have to be careful not to overextend because they have no safety net there in their passing plays. As I talk about passing plays though, you can see it coming off from the Buy More Potato side. Is that, yeah, it's Matos is well pulled forward, and unfortunately for Sharo, Zedo got in the way.
Trying his 1v1 stuff. We usually see this on a Thursday, but no, he's got a teammate now. But it'll be interesting to see how some of these guys, we see Godly and Sharo a lot in the 1v1s in prior tournaments. It'll be interesting to see how they implement this, because as you mentioned, 2v2s are in this weird purgatory between 1v1 and 3v3 where you have some space to do more 1v1 stuff, so it'll be interesting to see how both teams use that.
Zedo getting blocked out by Sharo. Godly now with the run, he's trying to get the whole way. Buy Matos blocking it, and Zedo blocks that from Sharo there, just stopping out any goals. 2 minutes here in this 2v tournament, has not even had a goal yet.
Yeah, not many shots either for that though. Both teams have been very aggressive on their challenges and don't actually want either team to be trying anything. Interesting save there from Sharo.
Interesting save indeed. And Zedo's gone and got himself the first goal. Sharo trying to take it off to the side, didn't quite get the angle he wanted. It bounced straight off back. And that was easy pickings there for Zedo, who's just gone and got himself the first goal of a streamed event for the 2v2s here. History in the making.
That's got to feel good, hasn't it? But weird play from Sharo. It seems like he kind of screwed up his half flip, but also just kind of half-assed it a little bit. I don't really know. It nearly worked. He just got on the slip, unfortunately.
Sharo's redeemed though, straight off the mistake there of Buy Matos, who couldn't get the connection with it. It was a weird, awkward bounce for him. Sharo pouncing straight on that. He was given the opportunity and he's going to strike on away at it.
Yeah, as you said, instantly made up for his mistakes. I always like to see that. And now it's half-time with an effectively reset game. These teams look like they're evenly matched.
Sharo on the ball is trying to get it bouncing around by Matos, hitting it on in. Zedo sending it on downfield. It's quite weird here. We're seeing a lot of clearing play. I'd like to see more control from these players. Otherwise, they're just going to be hitting it onto each other. We're going to get these low-scoring matches. We want tons of goals. And 2v2s is the format to get them.
Definitely. It looks like both teams are a little bit too scared to try anything, knowing how good the opponents are. I feel like Bymotus could have done a little bit better with that.
Yeah, it's a bit scary in a way, because this could have been a finals matchup with the caliber of these two teams, but no, we've got good sign-ups today. This is only the quarterfinals. We've got many, many more games coming for you, so it's going to be a great night, and what a great way to start off the 2v2 series here on Rewind.
Oh, what a demo! Oh, this game's already getting me hyped for this tournament, and we've only seen 4 minutes.
Got Godly on the ball, he's flicked it on past textbook play. They're doing it by the book. Godly getting the second goal for We Want 1v1.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. It may be a 2v2 tournament, but it's still Thursday, so we're going to see some 1v1 action. And we're getting it from Godly here. He's doing his flicks, he's doing his dribbles, and it works even when there's two people to flick past and dribble past.
Yeah, just a little note as well to the 1v1 squads and the 1v1 lovers here. Oh, nearly had a little bit of a mistake there, but Sharo and Godly have just weathered through that storm. They're doing well. But yes, 1v1s may still be continuing here. We'll get a little bit more information there as we have Bucket talking our ears during the breaks later. We'll give you a little bit more, but it looks like the staff at Rewind, they love to just put forward taunts to you guys, and they may just keep these in-house 1v1s going. And what a save that was from Sharo. Godly, can they get a second touch? Yes, they can. Sharo gets on out. He's living to fight another day. He's gone to get boost. Both of them have. Oh, we're getting another 1v1 situation here. My mate is going the whole way past. Zedo taking boost, trying to backtrack, gets the ball. My mate is moving on forward as well. Godly knocking it to the side. Whew. I need a little bit of a break to just regain my breath.
I can imagine. I'm glad I wasn't play-by-play in that situation. That was intense. Sharo keeping We Want 1v1s in this lead and are going to maybe give them this first game. A lot of saves coming out there. Together, We Want 1v1's got 8 saves. And that is an incredible amount of saves.
We Want 1v1s going up there. They are 1-0 in this best of 3. They're putting on a good performance, both of these sides. However, like we said, they're just being a bit cautious. They're playing that clear game. They don't want to overextend and leave the goal wide open for them. They're just, warming up to this level. These are the best opponents they've faced so far through the journey of tonight. And as we go on through the games, as we get further into the series and further into the evening, expect these guys to really start putting out some top draw plays.
Definitely. It was after the sort of halfway point, and when We Want 1v1s took a lead, we started to see both teams sort of flare up a little bit. And we saw a lot more shots, people trying different things. And I think this game, we're going to see a lot more of what both teams, all players, are capable of.
Okay, so game 2. Now, Scott, I'm going to throw it to you. What do you think Buy More Potatoes need to do to really turn this around in their favour? They're only a goal down, but they've got to do something, don't they?
That is true. We saw in the stats last game, they had a lot of shots, but that was equally matched by We Want 1v1's saves. So I think they need to be trying different things in offense and being a little bit more clinical, going for those upper 90 shots to try and beat this impeccable defense we see from We Want 1v1s.
Well, now it's trying to wrap on around, but Buy More Potatoes keep it on out. Sharo now easily hit over to the side. He's got to follow it up. You can see that no one's going for it, so he's got an easy opportunity to put this in front of goal. But the power, the hit was not there. Now this is looking dangerous. Can Zedo get it on? Sorry, by Matos. Zedo's gone and changed his name back. Thankfully, he tried to deceive us, tried to hoodwink us, but we saw right on through that, and he's realised
Good on him. Thank you for changing your name, Zedo. I love you for that.
Oh, no goal coming off there. Look at this. Really jumping at it, Godly and Sharo, to get those defense. They're throwing themselves at the ball. Really, this is an unstructured defense, an unstructured attack. And it's odd to see at this level.
Yeah, it really is odd, actually. Because we know all 4 players here are of an extremely high caliber. We usually expect a little bit more, just, polished and clean play, but they are being a little bit antsy to try and get a goal in this first game. I can understand it, losing the first game in a best of 3, but they just need to keep level-headed. They know they can do what they need to do. They just need to be in the right mindset to do it.
Lee getting blocked out by Matos. Sharo getting blocked again by Matos. It's just keeping us away from his opponents. Sharo jumps on in. Again, unstructured. There's no thinking to it, really. They're just wanting the ball and they're wanting to just take it away from their opponents. Zedo keeping on it. Got it in the corner. Matos is getting a bit antsy in the middle. He comes on in. Gets knocked out by Godly. Sharo just taking his time. You can see Matos coming on in. Gets it around him. Zedo is now backtracking. He does not want Sharo to have any advantage. But Matos with the hit is going the whole way. What an interception.
Exactly that. Sharo was playing very intelligently at the first minute of that play. Like slowly baiting Zedo in. But Matos was having none of that. Once Sharo got past Zedo, Matos instantly knew Sharo was going to turn it and got an incredible challenge.
There we go. It only took 2 minutes, but we finally had a bit of a shake-up to this game. Oh, and that could be the second one. No! Godly gets away. He's saved by the crossbar, which puts it right on down. That is not going on in. It is denied. Godly trying to keep with the ball. Sharo coming on in, but gets blocked by Matos. This lad is blocking everything off. And what is Zedo doing coming in and just stealing it? I have no idea what these players are thinking here, Scott.
I don't know. I feel like the communication there is missing a little bit from Buy More Potatoes. I don't know if they are in comms or not, but if they are, they need to polish them up and be a little bit more assertive with their calls. If you say you've got it, and the other person doesn't go for it. Simple as that. They need to work on that. Maybe they're not in comms, but I'd like to think they are at this level.
Yeah, I think that's actually might be the reason. It almost feels like they're solo queuing together, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're not really doing anything structured, they're just playing by themselves. It's one after the other going for the hit, and then you see them doing like clustered up into double commits almost, where you do get that in solo queue.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect analogy. It does look like they're solo queuing, doesn't it?
Ball wrapping on around, Zedo's got an easy ball to pick up. Bit of an odd hit, but he's going to follow on through. Gets the 50-50. That's enough dead there onto the side, and Sharo can pick her on up. Matos in a bit of a tricky position. Gets it on around. Godly's going to be able to get onto it. He's up there with Zedo. We're getting Sharo and Zedo mixed on up, I tell you.
I understand that. I get that.
Sharo in it up into the middle. Matos coming on through. That was a bit of a miss hit, and it was punished.
Really was punished. Matos saw that instantly and was up. Saw Godly was pushed forward a little bit. He needed to just hang back, knowing that the ball could easily come flying at him, which it did. So a little bit of mispositioning there from Godly. But it is also kind of hard to predict something like that happen. But now they're coming alive with a 2-goal lead. I really think towards the end of the last game, we saw them start to flourish, and now we're seeing it completely in this game. Buy More Potatoes are showing us what they can do.
It is the capitalization on those mistakes made by We Want 1v1s. If Buy More Potatoes can just keep this up, they're going to keep forcing the We Want 1v1s team into bad positions. You can see this now. Look at that. The double commit coming on out. We were saying it earlier. That's going around, but Buy Matos can just pick this on up so easily. Sharo's trying to really hassle him, but isn't doing anything that's going to become effective.
Well played there from Godly to get that touch on the backboard, but also control it.
That was nice. Yeah, the caster's cursor, not allowed to say a single word. Matos rotating on in very well, actually, to pick that on up. Big open net for him, and he's just got the 3rd goal with 20 seconds remaining. Matos getting that.
Yeah, I feel like they're going against what we said earlier about their disorganized sense of play. They seem to be their chemistry is starting to come to fruition a little bit more. They seem to be rotating better, passing better, and scoring a lot more, apparently.
That's it. It's quite interesting to see the difference as well. 2-1 in that first game, now 4-0 to the opposing side. Zedo and Bymatos, they're starting to link up and learn where each other want the ball a lot better.
Yeah, that seems to be what's the key. They're slowly starting to gel and find little cracks in V1 1v1s and exploiting them. Because as we've seen, a couple of their goals have come from little mistakes from V1 1v1s, and that's what Bimor Potatoes have done really well this game, capitalising on mistakes and just being a little bit more organised.
Well, it looks like after that first game, Bymatos and Zedo, they popped on down to Tesco, down to the local shop, got themselves some more potatoes, and they are looking ready and raring for some action, putting on a good performance there against We Want 1v1s. 4-0. And it wasn't even a case of they put on an outstanding number of shots. It was only 6. But they hit their mark on, 4 out of the 6 of them.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing, is in the first game, they had a lot more shots than they had in this game. But they got 4 times the amount of goals they got in the last game. So it shows that sometimes quality is better than quantity, as you often hear in schools where they talk about your essays and stuff. It applies to Rocket League too, kids. School applies to Rocket League.
Yeah, definitely. Pressure is all well and good, but if you're going wide of the goal, you're not going to get it. It's plain and simple as that. Now, we're going to the third and final game of this series. Bimor Potatoes up against We Want 1v1. Neo, Sharo, Godly, Bymatos and Zedo. These lads, they're cutting out some good friends near enough in the early stages of this tournament still. And, well, I don't really know who it's going to be that's going to be going home this early.
No, that's why it's really hard to tell, is when a series goes on, that when the series keeps going on, the players start to know each other, and slightly different plays come out because they know what each other's going to do. And it's always the last game in the series that's the most interesting, and we'll see how interesting it is right here.
Godly knocking it up into the middle. Can Sharo put it on away? Bymatos getting that last touch, and Sharo actually clears it on away, took it away from Godly, who could have just jumped right in on that. Bit of miscommunication, but Sharo is looking to finish off, doing it all by himself. Sharo getting the first goal for a We Want 1v1s.
Oh, that was an intense way to start a third game, wasn't it? I was already about to start talking about that goal when someone on Bimor Potatoes pulled off an incredible save and was helped out a little bit by Sharo. But maybe you could argue it was a little bit of a pass back that he definitely didn't mean. And it worked. They kept possession and scored.
Oh, and there is your response. Let's have a little looky look at this. Kickoff goal. Kickoff going straight in the way of Bymatos. Godly rotating a bit too wide out. And Zedo is just pouncing on that, seeing the opportunity, getting the goal. That's 1-1, and with 54 seconds on him.
It looked like Godly was going to go for boost. Maybe he thought Sharo rotated, but obviously Sharo didn't have any boost from kickoff. And Godly realised too late that Zedo was on it quickly, and he capitalised well.
Bymatos, good clear into the corner, but Godly can get on around him. Good pass over to Sharo. And Sharo now is overextended with that hit to the side. It's making it a bit tricky to follow up on it. Zedo clearing it off to the wall. Godly following it on through, knocks it straight on down. Bymatos and Zedo getting a bit clustered up there. Godly going for the second hit, missed it unfortunately. And Sharo actually went wide, it hit the post, went into the centre and got knocked on in.
Yeah, wow. We did talk about miscommunication earlier from Bimor Potatoes, and we thought they'd fixed it. But what we saw there is both Zedo and Bymatos go for it, think the other's going to go for it, hesitate, and then suddenly Sharon's right in their face. They both had time to clear that and deal with that, and maybe get on a nice counter-attack. But since neither of them went for it, it ended up in them conceding, and now are losing in this third game. So if they can fix that communication like we saw them do last game, they'll be in a much better position.
Bymatos is trying to clear it, goes straight onto Sharo. Zedo has to do something with this. He gets it past Godly, but look at that, it's still down the end. Godly's being a right nuisance. Bymatos taking it up the high route. He's got a good bit of a dribble. Can Zedo finish this off? It's a powerful hit. Oh, and Godly taking it to the crossbar to clear. That is unprecedented.
What we could say is, from all 4 of these players, we're seeing some incredible saves.
And good goals there. Nice use of the backboard by Zedo to knock this through the middle by Nato. Godly just in a bad position, and Sharo couldn't rotate back on into the fence quick enough. We've got it squared up again. This is a real nail-biter of the game.
Oh, it seriously is. An incredible pass from Zedo to feed it past we want 1v1s and then put it in between to tee up by Matos perfectly. That is a great pass, one of the best passes we've seen this series.
50-50 goes in the favour of Matos. Good pass out to the middle, but Zedo, he skies it. It's up to the backboard. He's trying to keep this pressure going. They just handed on over the Sharo. Sharo now on the wall, deciding to go for the aerial drag all the way home. But Zedo is there. He's at the door, stopping it on out.
My heart was in my mouth when I saw Matos go for boost there. That is stupidly risky, but it's paid off. What?
Matos with the long shot there. You can see the good pass over from Zedo into the middle, beating Sharo to it. Matos, no one back at goal. It's got a nice open net for him to score from.
Well, that goes against everything I've ever said to prioritise ball over boost. Matos did the exact opposite, and it paid off. So I guess there's some exceptions to the rule. If you are confident in your saving ability and then counter-attacking ability, go for it and don't ever listen to me.
Godley's up on the wall, letting it drop him down. Matos beating him to it. Nice little interception. Trying to cut it on in, but Sharo got there first. Godley moving it over to his opponent's corner. Zedo is up. He should find a bit of time, letting Matos get to the goal. It was good that he did that because the shot was right on over to him. Godley knocking up high. Matos is going to get this burst. He's got the hit and it's going on in. It is 4-2 to buy more potato.
A little bit of an awkward touch there from Godley. It's always a little bit weird when you're on the corner backball type thing, because a lot of your hits end up going in the middle like we just saw Godley do. So it's hard, but you've got to try and control it and then take it away and not do what Godley did. But he was in a really tough spot, especially when no one back on defense, and ended up centering it.
Sharo with a good ball, but Zedo with an amazing demo there, just defusing the entire situation. Godley respawned in a good position though to pick this on up. Matos being in there, clears it on away. He's going for a little bit of a tricksy hit, couldn't connect, and Sharo with a big clear. Zedo blocking it on out. Well done to the lad, getting it in the mid-air. Oh, that takes skill.
A lot of skill, and that's what we've seen from all 4 of the players, let's be honest. A lot of skill. This is some top-tier Rocket League you're watching it, and it's only the quarter-finals, so you better stay tuned.
Zedo knocking it over to the wall. Godley is going to be there. It is a shot just above the goal. That's bouncing around by Matos. Got it past. It's over to Zedo. The ball is going there. Godley blocking it on out. That was a nice build-up. Just did not have the speed that it needed.
Oh, that was the dream way to end the first series here. I would have loved that to happen, but you know, you can't get everything.
Zedo making it on past Sharo. Godley is up. Clears it away. Matos is there, but Sharo blocks it on again. And with 4 seconds left, he's got to be all by Matos now. On the last second, it is confirmed that it is theirs. Matos taking the very first stream game from Rewind Games 2v2 Showdown series of tournaments. And, well, they're going on through to the semi.
It was a nice way to start it. A full series, we got all 3 of the games. And it was, by the end of the 3rd game, it was hard to decide who was going to win it. Not by the end of the 3rd game, by the end of the 2nd game. We knew who won it by the end of the 3rd game. But anyway, it looked like it could still go either way. But, you know, Buy More Potatoes proved that even if you lose the first game in a best of 3, it's nice and easy to come back. It's not too much of a reverse sweep. Really well played to all 4 players there. Really good saves, really good shots, some good passing plays. I hope to see a lot more of that as we go further into this tournament.
Well, further on we shall go, but before that, we're going to have to head on over to a break. The next game coming up will be the late ones, going up against the winner of All the Rage and Last Sec. But during this break, make sure you drop a follow on Twitch. Check out the Twitter. If you're feeling very generous, please drop a donation over at Matcherino, as this tournament is entirely funded by you guys there at home. But yeah, during this break, if you've got to do anything else, just make sure to go grab yourself a bag of popcorn. The next series coming up is going to be phenomenal. We'll see you in a few moments.
See you later.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the semi-finals of tonight's Rewind Gaming 2v2 Showdown. And we have got a great lineup for you. We have got the late ones going up against Last Sec. I'm Digital Bacon, and once again, I'm joined by Scott. And Scott, what do you think of these two teams?
Well, do I even need to say it? I'm sure most of you will recognise a lot of the names here. We've seen Mask a couple of times in 1v1s. I'm not entirely sure about Nasty, but Zephanux and Sweaty Mix, who we're waiting on. I'm sure most people watching, if not all people watching, will know those two names. So I think, just like last game, we're going to have a high-level game. Maybe even another 3-game series. But I feel like Sweaty and Zephanux will pull it off. I feel like they're just a little bit stronger, but as a caster, I'm probably going to be proven wrong.
Yeah, the caster curse can strike in weird and wonderful ways. I'm sure whoever wins this is well and truly worthy of it, but like you, Scott, my money is on the late ones. Sweaty Mix, I do not know why, but I've got a bit of a man crush on the lad. I think whenever he plays Rocket League, you know, his name is Sweaty, you know, but none of it is sweaty. It's absolutely beautiful, but he does sometimes, he knows how to pull out those little greedy, cheeky little goals and pull out the sweat. But sometimes you got to do it.
You do. I feel like Sweaty Mix is to you as to Neon Remix is to me.
So true. Actually, there are so many good players. I've been around commentating in the community scene. You build up quite a love for some of the players that are playing. But
you really do.
I'm sure this game is going to get underway any second now, and we're going to be graced with their presence on our screens and see some awesome Rocket League. There you go, Sweaty, showing off his RLCS Season 3 contender, where, you know, he was one of the subs. I'm going to kick myself because I can't remember the name of the team. I want to say it was the Calnos, but I'm blooming wrong.
I'm pretty sure. Don't take my word for anything, but I'm 90% sure it was Calnos as well.
But anyway, we are underway, and there's been a lot of good aggression coming out straight off the bat by Last Sec. You can see it now. Late ones are trying to get out of their half, but they're struggling a bit. And oh, me and my nasty with the first goal and a beautiful little celebration. I love that party explosion.
That's how you celebrate, isn't it? That's how you celebrate getting a goal in 22 seconds against Sweaty and Zephanux. You said it whilst you were doing your play-by-play. Incredibly fast aggression. That's what won them the first goal. I don't think Sweaty and Zephanux were actually expecting it. They just came out so fast that they were almost taken aback by it. And that's what got them the first goal, but it was a nice goal.
Yeah, in 2v2 it's quite interesting because when you are that man down, you can't cover as much space. So pressure is handled in a very different way. And at that very starting point where Last Second had all the boost, had all the control of the ball, they were just receiving the clears, they're able to put it on back and really hit the ball down their opponent's end and got a very well pressured first goal.
The pressure doesn't seem to stop, apparently.
Yeah, a lot of pressure coming, but Sweaty, he's got the ball, it's up in the air, it's off the back ball, can Phoenix get on down? No, Mask, a very, very well read block there from him. So Phoenix keeping the pressure going, losing control of the ball. It is bouncing though, Mask, a bit of a fumbled clearance. Sweaty's going to put this towards the centre, Nasty the clear out to middle. Mask and Sir Phoenix both missing it. Mask leaving the ball and Sir Phoenix thinking that he was going in for a block. Sweaty in the ball though, he's going to put this over to the middle. Going for the ceiling shot, gets the hit and gets the goal.
Wow, that's got to be goal of the tournament so far. There's no way you can't love a good ceiling shot. There's just so much pizzazz to a ceiling shot. I love it. And wow, if you thought the last game was high level, then this game's got to be on another level because these guys seem even more polished in what they're doing, even more skilled. And I think this is another one of those games where if you just tuned in, you'd probably think it was the grand finals, but you'd be wrong.
Mask with a nice controlled hit right up into the top shelf of that goal. Let's have another little look at this. Just receives it so well. It's not about the power there, it's about the control, putting it into an awkward position for Sweaty to pick on up. Sweaty does get a touch, but he hits it right back in to the top of the net. That is 2-1 to Last Sec.
I think that's the key there. That the awkward position that Sweaty was in. He had very few options. He either tried to do what he did there, rely on fast reactions, and props, he was close, or you try and pre-jump it or make a challenge. I'm gonna stop talking.
Oh, the fake, just like Phoenix's little explosion there. It was so ice cool. Look at how calm he was going through that. Just taking it there, completely making his opponent jump through hoops, go straight on past, and Phoenix has equalized out the game.
This game is already nutty. Most of the goals have been crazy. Everything we've seen so far, there haven't been too many major mistakes. It's just been pure class from both teams, and that's what I love to see in a game of Rocket League.
50-50 there. Nasty actually winning it, but Phoenix was there to pick it on up. Good control by him to see the danger. That is a big hit. Sweaty hitting out to the backboard. Good clearance by him. Phoenix following it on through, gets it wrapped on around, gets it past Nasty, but Sweaty is sitting on back. He knows that this could be a quick counter and does not want to overplay himself. He does overplay himself into that, but luckily for him, Phoenix was there. You can see Mars now, he's following the ball, he's trying to get over to the center. Phoenix with the ceiling hit, gets it on over the Sweaty. Sweaty puts it away, pinching it against the post. That is 3-2.
Do the late ones just live on the ceiling or something? The last two goals we've seen of them had something to do with someone coming off the ceiling. I love it. Phoenix showing that going off the ceiling isn't all about those crazy Jazer goals. It can be about clearing it systematically. These guys are a prime example of using the ceiling to their advantage. And they do it in offense and defense.
Yeah, to these lads, the ceiling is just an upside down floor, really. They can use it just as well as the ground, and they're going to be able to pull out just uses of it right like that, being able to take it on past your opponents. This is why these lads are going to be gunning for that top dog spot of the finals tonight. They took a little bit of time to warm up in the start of this game, but now they are here and they're here to play.
Play they are doing. As you said, they did take a while to warm up. They didn't look like what we expected from them. In the last minute and a half, they've been proving our sort of predictions at the start that this is the Sweaty and Phoenix we know that are looking to make the final and probably win it.
Sweaty knocking that straight over to Mask. Mask hits it, tries to go as far out as he can, making it as half as Phoenix, but it wasn't good enough. Phoenix got on it and clears it away. Sweaty and Mask both getting a hit to that, and it's hit straight on over. Phoenix has to clear, hits it right out into middle. Nasty picking that on up, hits it over to the backboard. That drops straight on down. Sweaty reading it very well. Mask coming on in, intercepting it up, is in the corner. Phoenix hits it on out to the middle. Mask picking up. Sweaty now. He's got a good breakaway. He's just got to follow on through. Hits off into the middle. Phoenix comes on in, but Mask, he is too quick. He has averted the crisis right there.
It was a quick recovery. I think Sweaty could have done a little bit better, but a slightly bad touch. Ended up panicking. Was low on boost. I understand how he didn't get that goal, but he's still got the lead here, so all they need to do is defend for the next 12 seconds, and they are golden.
Cautious plays here, as the late ones are up a goal. They've got 5 seconds left. At the moment, they just do not want the ball down the end. That is why you're seeing the sheer amount of pressure come out. Mask is wanting to get this over to the sidewall. The bounce and the bump from Phoenix puts it over into the end. Mask again taking it over to the walls, trying to keep this ball up in the air. With the front flip, hits it on down to the ground, and the late ones take the first game, this semi-final, best of 3.
Well, it was a close one, only 1 goal in it. But I have to say, towards the end, the late ones looked a lot more dominant, and I feel like the scoreline doesn't represent how dominant the late ones were because of it was only in the late stages of the game. But that usually implies a good performance in the second game, but I might be proven wrong.
Yep, and we are going straight on into that second game. These players are not waiting on around. We're going to have Sweaty facing up against Nasty for the kickoff. That is a good hit by Mars. Takes it on to the backboard. He's looking to pass it on over. Nasty not being able to reach it, so heads on back into the fence. Sweaty now has driven it on downfield, gets it a nice high pop, but Nasty gets to it. The Phoenix following on through, hits it on to the center. It's not really got any legs on it, and has died, going over to opponents. However, there was a lot of back and forth, and it's just quite a nice feel out for this second game.
Yeah, both teams are in between really wanting the first goal, but also not wanting to concede the first goal. So you put it nicely, they're just trying each other, seeing what each other are feeling like at the moment. And I reckon the first goal that will be scored, both teams will come alive after it.
Look at the patience here from Seth Phoenix, just waiting there in the middle. He knows what Sweaty can do and how Sweaty can play with the ball to the wall. You're just seeing it again. Once again, putting it into the middle. That was a good clear and long shot from Mars there, just putting the pressure completely into his opponent's end. He's got it down to the wall. Just needs Nasty to come on in, but Nasty is being too cautious here.
Yeah, he needs to go for it and go for it quickly. Sometimes caution is the right idea, but especially when you know you've got a teammate there, this isn't ones, you should be just going for it.
Phoenix, he's got the ball on top of his car. He's tried to pop it on over the Sweaty, but Nasty intercepted. He's going to get a second touch, decides to take it all the way to the backboard. Sweaty hitting it over, very shallow into the corner. Sweaty getting up over Mars as well. Nasty gets the bump, gets it past Sweaty, has got a hit. The Phoenix putting it over to the side in the corner, has averted it for a little bit. Mars, it's up in the air. Sweaty keeping that bounce going from Seth Phoenix. Mask missing that there. Nasty has to do something, hits it towards, and that was so close to going on in.
Yep, very close. Mask faking out his teammate. It happens occasionally, but you never want it to happen, and you don't expect it in this caliber of gameplay. But fair play to Mask to react to the miss from Mask, and just about manage to clear it. Very close to a disaster there from last sec.
Knocking over the side. Mask has capitalised on that poor hit. Nearly half the way into this game, we finally got our first goal.
Oh, and that was quite a tight angle. And he's still got a decent amount of power. I'm impressed. From that sort of angle, you end up just, most of the time, mainly me, end up just getting a really poo soft touch and the opponent can recover it. But doing it against someone like Sweaty, you need to hit a good shot, even from a tough angle. And Mask did just that to get the lead here.
Phoenix deciding to take it over to the other corner. He's trying to roll this on around. Trying to near enough bait out his opponent. So he's got a nice clean avenue to hit downfield. So Phoenix keeping on it in the corner. Nasty's going to be able to pick it up. He's going for a follow through. Gets it in front of the goal. That is just prime for the taking. But again, Mask is very cautious and just weighing on back in defense. These lads, I feel, if they'd just been a lot more aggressive in their attacks, they could have been, like, both sides up by a good few goals each.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Watching from Mask's perspective, he's sort of just expecting Nasty to not be able to get the pass and was just being cautious and ready for a clear. But sometimes you can be just a little bit more aggressive and be ready and have faith in your teammate. And if he did, he would have scored because that was an incredible pass from Nasty.
Pass goes wide to Phoenix, not really getting a good read. It's like he almost slowed down. Like, I was thinking they're almost like a DC or something. But it works. This is a new weird strategy which is completely thrown off the last set guys. And Sway comes on through, big hit going the whole way of the field. And there, I just saw it. So Phoenix had hit 998 ping. This lad has suddenly had a bit of a struggle with an internet connection.
Well, I mean, it worked. They got a goal, but hopefully it will stay in the greens for the most part. I'm sure that was a one-off where having 900 ping somehow works out in your favour.
All cleared the entire way. Mask flows on through. Unfortunately misses. Sweaty versus Nasty. Nasty picking it on up. Decides to take the high road with it. He's got Sweaty coming on down to him. Just pressured Nasty and make a play. And Seth Phoenix is on it now. Can't really get good control of the ball. Sweaty swiping it on away. Nasty's picked up. This is in dangerous position, but Sweaty can clear it on away. Using Nasty to get on over to the corner.
Interesting plays coming out from both teams. just don't want to overcommit too much, but they don't want it to go to overtime either, because no one likes overtime. There's just too much on the line. They know if they concede now, there's still a slight chance they can come back, but if they concede in overtime, it's done, it's over. Time. God, I'm an idiot.
Sweaty is going for the ceiling here. Can't really reach up to the ball. That is a long shot. Marsh jumping in the way. It's going across the whole way. Sweaty misses the goal just by a fraction. Stefanix keeping this pressure going, but Mars clears on a way. Stefanix can't get it up that wall. We're going to an overtime. It is do or die now. The last sec, because Late One's got the first game. They can't lose this last second. It is bounced in front of the goal. It goes on in. We're going to game 3 once again.
Oh, that last 20 seconds of what we just saw was so intense. I really thought Sweaty had scored and ended the series right there. But no, he just about misses. Now, that's got to hurt from Sweaty to be that close to securing the series and the game. And to then let it go to overtime and to concede almost instantly. But it was a nice goal. And now, like the last series, we've got a third game. Who do you think is going to win it?
I think it's got to be the Late Ones. Mask and Nasty, they put on a good performance there. But it's so even. It's going to be down to the number of saves. And I just feel like Mask and Nasty's defense just isn't so tight. The Late Ones there, they just couldn't hit the ball on target as much. They were going very wide. But their pressure was very effective against their opponents.
Definitely. The Late Ones rotation that people often don't consider 2's rotations hard or that important compared to 3's, where a lot of it comes down to rotation. But there's a lot of skill in 2's rotation because it is a little bit different compared to 3's. So you have to be very conscious of it, and I think that's what the Late Ones can do well. And if they keep that going, I think as well, they will take the third game.
Yeah, definitely. I could go on talking all day, Scott, about how 2's rotations works and how to do it effectively. But unfortunately, we have a game in our hands, and Sweaty is making some good saves. Already 20 seconds on in, we have had the ball down on the Late One side. So Phoenix again going wide. This is what I was talking about. The lads, it's so close. They've just got to put the final little, turns on those screws to get on away. Sweaty gets on downfield, but Mask picks it on up. So Phoenix pinching it against Mars there. Sweaty picking it on up. It's going to go for the dribble, but can't get onto it for a second touch as Nasty is just going to close that one out.
Well played from Nasty to recognise Sweaty was going to go for a nice dribble, and we've seen what he can do with his flicks and his just overall 1v1 ability. And for Nasty to recognise that, you know what, this isn't a 1v1. I know I've got a teammate back there. I can just completely catch Sweaty off guard, and he did. And that's what you've got to do in 2's.
Yeah, definitely. At the moment, last sec strength is coming from the interceptions. Oh, near my, what a goal. Such a hammer of a hit.
Yeah, that was a boomer. Even Sweaty, and we know what Sweaty can do in defense. We know. He is nothing to laugh at. Even he couldn't make that save. It wasn't even that top corner. It was just so fast. It was such a solid connection. That is an incredible shot.
So Phoenix with the pop, but Mars could see what was going on. Was not, bothered by it all. So Phoenix actually gets a bump on him from the demo. Mars coming on through. Look at that there. The demo happened, but Phoenix got bumped on back. He had no choice. He was so lucky there that Sweaty was able to come on back in to clean it.
And what a save it was. I just thought it was going in, but I forgot Sweaty existed apparently. He's insane. That save was so good.
And it's playing the patient game. Hits it on a round, goes wide, needs Sweaty to turn it on in now. Ball is up in the corner. Stefanix is ready and raring in the center. Sweaty misses everything. That did not take off well and did not follow through at all. Stefanix now being a one-man army, making his way downfield. Left the ball there. Sweaty, again, we were saying it earlier, they're being very cautious here. They don't want to make a mistake. Unfortunately, that cautiousness has really cost them there. Maybe a bit of indecisiveness.
Indecisiveness, definitely. Sweaty thought about going a little bit earlier, could have gone, maybe would have got a challenge, waited, realised, oh, I need to challenge, and challenged at the wrong time. And I think Zephynex has a lot of faith in Sweaty there. Too much faith, in fact, and they just keep scoring.
Mask there absolutely spanked that ball over to the other side of the net. That good pickup, and where the ball had just taken off after the bounce, it was the prime time to hit the ball with all the power in the world, 129 kilometers per hour. That is outstanding.
I swear Mask just does these power shots in his sleep. The last goal, very fast. The next goal, even faster. What's the next goal going to be? I don't even want to think about it.
Sweaty moving around on the wall. He's got Phoenix in the middle. Phoenix now turning on around. Again, this constant turning around is really hurting them. But Sweaty! Oh! Just being able to thread on through, gets through the eye of the storm, is able to pull out a goal. Look at that. Nasty was just beside him. Did not have any boost to be able to get on forward. Sweaty and Phoenix are back in this one.
Yeah, 2 goals. That's nothing to these guys. It was well recognised for Sweaty to see that goal opportunity. I think he almost caught Nasty off guard because...
Oh boy, we got a good goal going on. Look at this. Sweaty picking it up, taking it whole way, double touch after a demo. This lad just wanted to put everything, every little ounce of different skill into a single goal.
If I don't see that on Twitter later or in the YouTube video, I will be shocked. Because that is goal of the tournament thus far. There was just so much right about that.
He's doing it again. Oh, he just goes wide. Sorry for cutting you off there, Scott.
No, I deserve it.
Sweaty's got a fire lit under his butt and he's really moving it on around. Look at that, popping it up in the air. He is hungry for another goal. He's not going to wait the full 1 minute 45 left. He is looking for it now and he wants it. Phoenix being really tricksy there in the middle. Nasty has popped it up. Sweaty trying to jump on through, but well done by Nasty. It'd just be really tricky. He's trying to buy time. Sweaty bumping him off to the side. Phoenix getting bumped himself. Mars puts it in the middle and blocks it up. That 50-50 goes straight up in the air. Oh, I have no idea what is going on, but I love it.
Me neither. That's just an insane last minute of gameplay we've seen. It was 3-0 down now, there's only a goal in it.
What's a goal? Oh! Boy, nearly said a naughty word.
I heard that.
But I was not expecting that play coming out by Sweaty. These are the two lads we've seen time and time before. It took them a bit of time to reach it, but they have now reached the top 100 level that we know they are at.
My lord, we sang their praises at the start of the game. Now it's shining through. Both of them, the Sweaty especially, just popping off right now. So many good goals. It just doesn't look like the last set could deal with this immense pressure and clinical finishing that's coming out from the late ones.
45 seconds left. Sweaty and Phoenix have put in so much work to get this far. Now they've just got to find one more goal if they want to reach the final. Phoenix there is bumping up and down. Gets knocked out the way by Nasty. Sweaty is faked out by Mars. Mars says Phoenix just left. The good 50-50 there. It's going over to Mars. Sweaty is waiting. He pounces on it. The 50-50 is going nowhere. Mars comes on in to save the day. Phoenix is in a tricky position. He's going to try and take this in front of the goal. Does get it past Mars. Sweaty is going to be able to get on this. He's got it up in the air. He's gone for the second touch. Can he get a third? No, it goes wide. We come down to the last counter. 5 seconds left. I'm going to see Sweaty decide to take it up one more time. He's got Phoenix there waiting. Phoenix pop it on away. No, it's going on out. It's hitting the ground. And for the second time in this best of 3, we've got an overtime.
Oh, I just can't take it. That 5 minutes of gameplay was just immense. That comeback was something else. And I really thought Sweaty was going to get that double touch at the end there. But let's hope it's not just... Well, it's not going to be a kick-off goal now, but let's hope it's a good goal to end it in overtime.
Phoenix gets the bump against Mars. Nasty has picked that on up. No, this could go the whole way. It is. One mistake has cost Sweaty and Phoenix so much as Nasty gets the 4th goal for his team. That is 2-0. And that is going to be it. Oh.
Yeah, it hurt. It hurt to watch.
Oh, it's so anticlimactic. Also, just for earlier on, I would say sorry for everyone's little ear holes that I'd wrecked with just my absolute astonishment at those goals from Sweaty. That is why it feels so bad. Sweaty and Sophinix had pulled out everything in that last 1 minute 30. They had done so well. And then Nasty there, just with the one single mistake, is able to put it up and over and really just take down. And again, it's back to that fanboy. This is why I love Sway so much, as he can pull that sort of stuff out of the hat when it's really needed. And just,
yeah, that sums it up. My heart sunk when I saw Sweaty go up for that at the end, and you could tell instantly. You saw him turn around and try and boost down. He knew he'd made a mistake, and it was a critical mistake. And it's always hard to see someone be that close to staging a comeback. But props to Last Sec. They put on the show. They dealt with the incredible players of Zephyrnix and Sweaty, and now they're moving on to the finals.
Yep, sometimes that is just the way the cookie crumbles, and we're going on to the finals, which is going to be Buy More Potatoes, who we saw earlier, going on against Last Sec there. It's going to be Zedo and Bymatos going up against the troublesome duo we just saw there, Nasty and Mask. Guys, if that game was anything to go by, this final is just going to be a right old good time. Do not go anywhere. In the break, make sure you do it. Drop a little donation, $1 or $2. Does not matter. It's going to help just fund that prize pool that these guys have worked so hard for. Ooh, I need a little bit of a breather. Go get myself a glass of water. We'll see you guys in a few moments.
John, to know that 3 helicopters are approaching. They won't answer on the IFF. I'm dropping out now. Good luck. Over and out.
did you lose your wings?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the finals of tonight's Rewind Gaming 2v2 Showdown. It's the very first one, and ladies and gents, we have reached the max prize pool. We have reached the full $50. Scott, that means we're going $40 to the winners and $10 to the runners-up. What a way to kick off the, legacy that is going to be the 2v2 Showdown.
Oh, isn't it just wholesome to know that everyone in this lobby is going to get, well, apart from the broadcasters and the castles, they're getting a little bit of money. All the players are getting a little bit of money. That makes it even better. Big thank you to you, Bacon, for donating 5, and Julius for donating a grand total of $45. And I'm sure a lot of you know who Julius is. He's actually the first person I casted with in Rewind Gaming. So he's a name around here, and he's decided to come in big for the 2 tournament. And a note to D-Man, who donated another $5, but because we've got a $50 cap, that will then roll over to next week's tournament, I believe. So even more exciting that we've got a lot of money coming in for this first 2 tournament. Thank you to all the donators.
Yeah, that is a wonderful thing as well. That money is going straight on over to next week. So next week's 2v2 already has money there waiting for it. So guys, make sure you sign up for next week's one as well, because you've already got something to play for there. It is looking awesome. But Scott, buddy, we've got to get on down to this last match, the grand finals of tonight's 2v2. We've got Last Sec going up against Buy More Potatoes. I'm just going to give a quick rundown of the teams. Buy More Potatoes is Buy Matos and Zedo. Last Sec, we just saw them. That's Nasty and Mask. Any thoughts on this, lineup, this sort of big versus the Titans going up against each other?
Oh, honestly, it's really hard to throw any actual predictions out here, because I think any of the teams we've seen on stream today could have been in this position, because they're all at this point that they are that good. They could have been any of them. So yeah, it's hard to predict, but Last Sec did just take down the giants of Sweaty and Zephyrnix. So I feel like they're going to be riding that high and do quite well in this first game.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. By Matos and Zedo, I didn't really see anything like, their normal outstanding plays earlier. But but Nasty and Mask took down Sweaty and Zephyrnix. That's what I was trying to get onto. They did really well just to be able to hold against them. We saw what Sweaty could do in that last sort of minute and a half, and they were able to hold out against it, turn it on its head, stop his aggressive attacks like that, and really, in that last little bit of overtime, stick it right to them, capitalizing on that mistake and taking the best of 3. But remember, guys, this is now down to a best of 5 for the finals. So we've got a few more games, so it can swing which way back and forth. So we're just going to have to go on. But for me, I'm thinking Last Sec have this tonight, just because they are really putting on a performance.
Yeah, I'm going to have to join you there. But you mentioned there, best of 5. There's a lot more changes and play styles you see over a longer series as players adapt to each other, get used to each other, so then they have to change what they're doing. So that could throw a spanner in the works. We could both be wrong here with our prediction of Last Sec, but I think we should get into it.
Yep, and I'm sure the players are going to be joining any second now. They're going to be a bit antsy there, sitting in the spectating box. They've just hopped on to the field. Mask and Nasty on the Last Sec side in blue. Zedo and Buy Matos there on the red for Buy More Potatoes. We've got the finals of the Rewind Gaming 2v2 Showdown coming to you live here from EFH Stadium. Let's go, Scott.
Let's go indeed. I'm so hyped to be here on the first 2v2 tournament and to be casting it with you, Bacon. It's an honour.
Now we're going to see Mask hit the ball up to the wall. I was actually expecting Zedo there to go onto that. Again, these lads are being very cautious tonight. Mask jumping on through, gets the first goal of the grand finals there, and it was such a great capitalization on a bit of slow play.
It may have been slow play, but that is still a crazy way to kick off this series. Mask saw Buy Matos go for a hit, even used his boost to get in a perfect position to block it, dunk it, and smash it in. That is spectacular, and that's exactly what I want to see coming out of the start of the series. I'm feeling good.
Zedo grabbing the boost, trying to follow on around, but Mask hits it to the center actually, was not expecting that. Zedo taking it to the corner, got a little bit of time to play with, hits it gently downfield, didn't want to give it away, but still did because his landing was not right. By Mato's trying to just keep this to the corner, but it flicks on out, trying to cause a bit of hassle on Mask, follows on through, knocks it to the center. Zedo is not quick enough to get on that. Nasty has got around him, just needs a good second hit. It goes high. Mask, can he sink this down? Yes, he can. That's right in the middle goal. And that is 2-0, 1 minute in.
Well, thus far our predictions are correct. That was incredibly well played. Incredibly well played from Nasty. He basically managed to beat both Zedo and Bymatos with incredibly smart play. And to set up Mask with, it was still a difficult shot, so props to him. But effectively set him up for an open goal. That's how you get a second goal.
Okay, I'm just going to say now, that was weird. Zedo hit with this hit. Look at him, he just does a very gentle little pop. Goes straight on through past Mask. I don't know what Mask was doing, he went right out. Gave Zedo so much space to work with. And I was actually expecting Zedo just to hammer that on down in the corner, but no, he just goes for a strange hit.
Yeah, strange it was. The first little fake tried to get Mask to pre-jump and he did. But even with that, it was a weird touch from Zedo. I guess he was just trying to put it high away from the Mask who was landing. It worked, so we can call it weird all you want, but if it's stupid and it works, not really stupid.
Mato's over to the backboard, trying to follow up through, has got it up high, is in a dangerous position. Nasty hits on down. Zedo, he whiffs, the hit goes out wide, and that is kept the goal margin at 1, separating them.
I would like to see him put that in, or at least put in the challenging shot. And we'd expect it as well, to make the finals in such a tough tournament with lots of good attendees. You'd expect a lot better. But it's the start of the series. Maybe he's just finding his feet, warming up a little bit. It is only 1 goal.
I was trying to follow him through with that, didn't quite work. Nasty's on the ball. Bymatos beats him to it, but can't follow through with it. Mask accidentally misses. Zedo out to the middle. Bymatos links on up with it and sinks the ball away. That is duel.
Wow. By Zedo spamming thanks in chat, something tells me he was trying to shoot but missed. But his trusty teammate Bymatos came in clutch to get the equalising goal. It looked like a nice passing play, but Zedo seemed to not have meant to pass it. But it worked, and that's all that matters.
Bymatos dunks it on down. Mask on the line, clears on away, and Bymatos now is trying to just keep this pressure going. He's waiting for Zedo to be in the middle for him. Zedo, really poor placement from him. They're not giving his teammate any options. Mask knocking it clear to the center, gets it past Zedo, but Bymatos is there. Going to go for the second hit, passes it over to Zedo. Zedo can't get any power and angle on the shot and just hits it on into his opponents.
A nice idea there from Buy More Potatoes. It just never really had any power or enough emphasis, but they definitely had the right idea there with their passing play. If they can keep doing stuff like that, but connecting a little bit more, they will do a lot better than we predicted them to do.
Zedo over to the wall, Mask picking this on up. Zedo blocking it out. Bymatos getting it on pass. It's now a race. Mask needs to get on back and stop that ball. He has, but he's got Zedo jumping on in. Causes a little bit of havoc, intercepting it. Nasty. Letting the ball bounce. He's going to try to slow this on down. Tried to go for a pass there, but Bymatos didn't quite get it. Zedo in on downfield, straight to Mask. Bymatos clearing off to the side. Zedo now needs to get up this wall. Couldn't really. That is going. Bymatos clearing it off to the side. That is good clutch saving there.
Yep, all throughout this game, we've had some really good saves. A lot from Mask have been really clutch, but Bymatos and Zedo have done their fair share of really clutch saves, and that's what's keeping it a 2-2 apiece. These incredible saves.
With the hit downfield, Zedo coming on through. Nasty clearing on away, but Bymatos is there ready and raring to rotate back on in and secures the 3rd goal for Buy More Potatoes.
Yeah, wow. I mean, it started off with last sec being really dominant, and at that point I was starting to think this series could just be a 3-0 sweep, last sec winning it completely. But I will eat my words, Buy More Potatoes they've really settled into this game, and they are playing superb. Playing a lot better than we saw them earlier.
Matos is trying to move on forward. Nasty does a good plot there. Mask trying to take it on downfield. Zedo blocks it out of the way. Going to follow him through. He has got Matos right on behind him. Zedo, powerful hit. Knocks up in the air. Can Matos dunk it on down? No! Mask had read that trajectory so well and got in the way.
Yeah, I was just talking about Mask coming up clutch for saves. He's doing it again. That's given him and Nasty a little bit of a chance, but that's going to be shut down right now.
Matos getting himself a hat trick there, just reading where the ball was bouncing. Nasty did all he could, but couldn't reach the ball, and Matos picked it on up and dunks it away to the bottom right-hand side.
Yeah, I feel like Mask was close on the read, but he just came close, ran out of boosts towards the end. And now it's pretty much confirmed by More Potatoes have won the first game. But we've mentioned it time and time again, finals, always the best of 5. There's so much room for comebacks in the best of 5. Winning the first game in a best of 3 is a lot more essential because you win the next game, you've won the entire series. But by More Potatoes still need to win 2 more games, and that's quite a lot. So there is a lot of room for both teams to improve, change, and I think it could still go either way. And we saw what last set could do at the start there.
So last set, they came off to a good lead, but you saw it there from Matos and the potato, that is Zedo, just really coming on back strong, getting those 4 goals, being able to take the lead there. And after that, they just solidified up in complete and utter pressure, trying to hammer away at their opponent. At the moment today, it's been quite odd. We haven't seen a massive amount of double committed pressure going up front where they're rotating between themselves, hitting the ball one after the other. Instead, they're letting it go for a solo play, and then the goals, if it has happened, had just been under the mistakes of their opponent, which has brought a lot of time about where you can follow up onto it. I was not expecting this from a grand final today, or from any of the games, really.
Yeah, not many high-scoring games at all either, and it is surprising. It almost feels like it's all of the games have played a little bit more like freeze games in a weird way, if that makes any sense. But
yeah, they're just missing that third person. It's like they're going for that first and third. First being the guy attacking on the ball, trying to get in there, and then the third just sitting back and may sometimes jump in if there's an opportunity, but really he is a defender. Oh, and if we said that, they needed a defender there. It's Nasty was just free roam there in front of the goal.
yeah, he was lurking all the way, following Mask around. We mentioned in the earlier series that sometimes Nasty and Mask didn't have faith in each other to make passes and score it. And they've just showed what happens if you do have faith in your teammates sometimes. You can capitalise quickly and score.
On the ball, he's going to look to try and put this up. He's trying to get to the backboard so that Matos can get a hit. Matos does! And this is what I was saying, Scott. This is why I want them both to go up into that attack, because these are some nice little plays.
Yeah, very nice little plays. We've talked about the lack of double commits today, but Nasty and Mask must have heard us and decided, you know what? Screw you, Bacon, screw you, Scott. We're going to double commit just to prove you wrong. And it was a poor double commit. They've been very good this entire tournament, and we haven't really seen many of that from them.
Ball is up high in the air. Can Nasty dunk this on down? Hits it over. Mask has got to come on in. It's a bit of an odd hit. Does not find the net at all. Zedo clearing away. Nasty another one to the backboard. Mask comes on through. Gets blocked out a bit by Matos. Nasty now has to get on back into the fence. Zedo picking up that side boost as well. Had a lot, but could not get it past Mask. Matos, the only one back, decides to put it into the center, tries to follow on through, but misses, unfortunately. He's got the ball bouncing up in the air. Mask getting it straight to center, and Zedo is able to clear it over to the corner. Follows on through, does get a touch, but Nasty keeps control. Not for long though. Matos is able to pick it on up. Zedo is backtracking here. Is he able to find the ball? No, it goes wide. This lad has just got so lucky there.
Ooh. Wow. I mean, it was close on the first shot from Mask. But Zedo, he had a decent amount of time to deal with that ball, but he still panicked, I think, and ended up just centering it, and Nasty capitalized. That was unfortunately all on Zedo's shoulders. He had a lot of time. He's a good player mechanically. There's a lot he could have done with that ball, but ended up just putting it in front of his own net with no one there to defend. That's always poor.
So finds Zedo. Zedo can't go wide enough, and Nasty gets it out, but Nasty is demoed now. This should be a weak attempt on an attack, and Mato should be able to pick it on up. Pass it out to Zedo. Zedo with a big hit, but Nasty is there. Didn't have the legs on it and was hit from way too far out to really be dangerous. Mato's knocking it up in the air. Mars clearing it away. Zedo is right up in their end. Mato's is back, but this is a one-on-one situation. Mato blocks it on out, but Mars actually misses the ball. This could be the opportunity to turn things around as Matos chases the ball downfield. Gets it off to the center, but Zedo was out to the side, way too close to Matos. There's no one back in the fence. Mato's just getting there, but is not there quick enough and hits it into his own net.
Yeah, it was a good recovery from by Matos as well, and he definitely could have got that. I feel like he used his second jump too early, which put him above the ball, and he ended up sort of redirecting it down and to the right. Instead, if he'd just taken his time, been a little bit more patient, he could have made that save, but I understand it because he was rushing back, so he rushed the save. But we do expect a lot better from these players.
Zedo, good hit. It's off to the backboard. Mato's going to be able to follow through. Does, but hits it way too high as that pinch with Mars. Mars now buying a bit of time. Gets over Mato's. Zedo is on the ball. Gets it up the wall. Going to follow on through. Nasty getting the bump. It is up high. Mato's just being able to take his time now. Hits it again to the backboard. Doesn't follow through on it. It's bad control that's coming out here, which is really costing him by more potatoes.
Yep, you said it. It's worse when you know what everyone on this field can do, and you know when they've got full control of the ball, they can do some very fancy, spectacular stuff, but they're just not gaining this control. They're just sort of throwing the ball about, not doing anything too worthwhile with it, and that's their first mistake.
They're just going wide. It was a good attempt. Mato's now going to pick it up. It's it up and over. It is on the line, and Zedo coming through secures it on it away, puts it to sleep. And now with 1 minute 23 left, we're back to 1 goal separating these two teams.
A very tight angle from by Matos to even get it bouncing on the line. That was the impressive part of that. To beat the player in there and to nearly score it straight up. That was really impressive, and well played from Zedo to recognise I kind of need to throw myself out this ball and hope I get some connection.
Mars getting the clear away, but by Matos, he follows it on through. Sees that he could get it on around, and again, this is why I really want these two teams to start going in and doing that double attack, because they're picking up on the small little mistakes in the fence where they've only got one person there.
Yep, that's it. And playing it like it's a 2v2 on attack instead of a 1v1 means you can get some great passing plays. And you see it all the time when you look at like Twitch highlights and watch pro streams when they're playing twos, and you just see them interlinking so well, and that's often what separates two high-level teams of 2v2 players, is how well they can link up and get these passing plays.
Matos hits up high, is going to surely follow on through with this. Big hit to the centre, but that's straight on over to his opponents. These lads need to control the ball more. We said it earlier, they're just doing big hits, hitting it on around, but if they just put a little bit more thought, they'd find the target and effectively move up the field. Mask is on it though, knocks it on down by Matos, gets the hit out to the other corner. Nasty now going to just knock this downfield and try and dribble it on past.
I would have liked to see that happen. I'm a big 1v1er at heart, so I do like to see ones plays in the game modes that aren't ones, because they're often some of the most deadly, but Nasty just didn't quite get around it, and we're probably going to have an overtime here, which is great for a final. I love it. I take it back. Never
no overtime for you, Scott, says. Mato's there, getting himself a hat-trick and the 4th goal for his team. That was a good pass down by Zedo, and Mato's just being able to squeak that on past Nasty. And that is it. Final Potatoes take that game.
If that isn't casting curse, I don't know what is. I was just talking about how excited I was for an overtime. But no, buy potatoes, buy Matos. I'm getting their name and their team name confused. But wow, I just feel like looking at Nasty, he tried to do some weird pre-jump, but if he'd stayed in net, he would have made the save. So it was just a silly thing to go for when it's 3-3, 2 seconds away from overtime. You just want to play it safe when the ball is in your half, about to go into your area. You need to play it safe and not throw yourself at it like Nasty did. But you've got to get past it now. The mistake has happened. Look to the next game, and let's see how they can recover from that.
Okay, so the situation we have right now is it is 2-0 for Buy More Potatoes. Me and Scott have both predicted that last sec, that is Nasty and Mask, would actually take this because they're putting on good performance. But Zedo and Buy Matos have really, really upped the ante coming on into this final. And they've got those 2 games. They're on match point now. They need to win one more, and they could take this best of 5 in a sweep.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing that we both predicted last sec. But Buy More Potatoes, it seems they sort of play to their opponents. So we didn't see them do as well as we thought we did in the series we streamed of them. But when they come up against even tougher opponents, they just step up.
My Matos there, just going a bit high. Zedo following through, touches the car with the undercarriage. Unfortunately, couldn't really get anything off of that. But my Matos again, with these little dribble flicks, is working wonders at the moment.
And that fate, that has got to be a feels bad, man, for Nasty. To get faked in the first 15 seconds of the game, when you know this is do or die for them. It's not what you want, but like I said, they've got to forget what's just happened.
Passing play there by Matos, knocking it on over to Zedo. Oh, how I have a little look at this. Matos seeing the opportunity and Zedo pounces on it. This is what I wanted to see from these 2 players. By Matos and Zedo, they're both 2 very good, aggressive, attacking players. Having someone back in defense was not good for them. They need to work upon their strengths, and this is it.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. It's often what separates high-level 2v2 teams is how well they can link up. Zedo and Buy Matos did it perfectly. A great exemplar of the sort of passes you can do in 2s. And often, it's even easier to do pass and plays in 2s than 3s. It's a lot easier to do it in 2s than 1s, obviously. And wow, I think Buy More Potatoes, they're feeling it now. They can smell victory, and they're going to get it.
Zedo needs to get onto this. Look at that, Mask is pouncing. Ball goes across. That was so close. By Matos just getting a hit from a backwards flip. It's now getting beaten to it by Nasty. Zedo hitting the ball out. He's got it up high. Nasty trying to jump across, but Mask can get another hit to keep that pressure going. Nasty has to get back now. He's got it up into the corner. He's got By Matos coming on in. Gets it on past him. Zedo now puts it back there. He does not want the ball down in his end. They are 2 goals up now by More Potatoes. They could park the bus here, but expect them to want to get more goals.
Definitely. Parking the bus in Rocket League isn't quite as effective as it is in football, because there's only 2 of you, or even 3 of you if you're playing 3s, and well, I thought they were going to interlink then, but it's just the amount of pressure the other team can put on. Even some of the best players can't deal with that. You eventually crack. So it's often the best defense is a good offense in Rocket League. Putting on good pressure, maybe getting a few more goals. That's how you stop conceding.
Ball moving out into the middle. Nasty's got the lead on this. Hits it all the way to the backboard. Again, lads, just slow the ball down. You don't have to hit it really hard each and every time. Get it under your control and you'll have a lot more of an effective time with the ball. Zedo knocking it over to the backboard. Mask clearing away, but again, Zedo's just hopping on this. Puts out to the middle, but By Matos is being a bit defensive. This is when you can be defensive, is when you have that lead, so you just don't want to lose it.
Just went on a rampage of demos. That's what I like to see, some aggression. But yeah, you mentioned it last sec, just not doing anything with the ball. They need to recognise that this is twos, there's a lot of space. You shouldn't just be ping-ponging the ball around. You can take your time, you can try and do little 1v1 plays. It's what they're missing at this point.
Mato's on the ball, he's flicked it up high, he's going to have to follow through with this, and he does! That's his second goal and the third goal of this game for Buy More Potatoes, who are now looking to take this as a sweep.
Speaking of 1v1 plays, my Matos does it all himself there. A good flick up to himself. He didn't even need a teammate to finish it. He flicked it. It was like, do you know what? That was such a good pass. I want the glory of the goal. I'm going to take it. And he does. It is now looking like Buy More Potatoes are going to keep extending their lead and take this series.
1 minute 32 left. Mars, can he get a goal? No, he goes wide. He hits off to the side. Need a bit more control up in the air. By Matos, knocking it down. He's got it in front of the goal. Can't get to it. Oh, that roll was just so close to being perfect.
I know, that would have probably been the best goal that's ever happened while I was casting. But it was just a couple inches away. It played with our hearts.
Ooh, Zeno, baby, getting that from such a tight turn. Look at this. Comes on in, sees the opportunity that Nasty is not going to get there in time. Hits it away, the long shot from the midway mark. Gets the fourth goal for Buy More Potatoes, and now they're sitting on 2 apiece there.
Yeah, that was just well read entirely by Zedo to realise, well, first of all, for last sec, there's no one back. And secondly, to recognise he had a teammate behind him, so he could go for that challenge. And it was sort of, if he lost the challenge and Nasty got a hit, he had a teammate to recover for him. And if he did get the hit, well, he just got the fourth goal. He showed what happens when you get the hit.
Zedo running up the wall. He has got Buy Matos there in the middle, waiting for him. The pass comes over, but it is straight at the goal. Buy Matos having the backtrack now. Gets a big clear down into his opponents. That is an unfortunate touch, but Nasty is able to pick it on up. He's got a big hit down towards his opponent's goal. It's a little bit high. Mask is there, ready to pick on up again. Got it into the corner. Gets in front of net. Buy Matos not connecting with it. And last sec, they've got themselves the first goal of the game, but the feeling right now is with 9 seconds left, it's a little too late.
Yeah, definitely, but a nice little consolidation goal for them. Even though they haven't won this series, they've put on a good display for us over the stream. We've seen this series and the last series of them, and they did really well to take down Sweaty and Zephyrnuts. And don't forget, runners-up, they're getting $10 today, so they're not going home empty-handed, so don't feel too bad for them.
Yeah, they're getting $10 between them, but the big winners here are Buy More Potatoes, Buy Matos, and Zedo. They're going home with the $40 between them. That's 20 apiece. Quite fitting for their 2 goals apiece there in the last game. And boy, howdy, was it a great series there. Just a lot of good solid play, and that last game really was where Buy More Potatoes came out into it with very aggressive play style. But unfortunately, that is it for this week. Rewind Gaming, or RG, however you want to put it, it's the exact same thing. 2v2 Showdown, that was the first of many. Oh, we're looking forward to even more, but unfortunately from us, that is myself, Digital Bacon, Scott G. Scott, where can we find you?
Well, you can pretty much only find me here or on Twitter at ScottGroove3. I don't do anything else but this, honestly. But where can we find you, Bacon? I know you're a good streamer.
Yeah, you can find me here on Twitch or over at Twitter. Of course, big shout outs to Bucket Man there behind the camera, working his little fingers off to present this all to you guys at home. But that is it from us, the Rewind Gaming crew. We'll see you on Saturday for the 3v3 weekly. Be sure to sign up for that. And until then, toodaloo.
See you later.